I have seen anime for the past 10 years and I can tell you that Demon Slayer is one of my favorites. Season 3 has come up with some great scenes that I love to watch, and yet, some people think this season was disappointing. Let me tell you why. Let's resume what happens in this season first. It starts in the Infinity Castle, while Michael Jackson, Kibutsuji Muzan, summons the last 5 upper rank demons, Akaza, Gyoko, Hatengu, Doma, and Kokushibo. After being scolded, Gyoko and Hatengu are sent on a mission. Most of the season takes place in the Swordsmith Village, a secret location where the Nichiren blades are made. Tanjiro arrives and meets Genya and the love Hashira Mitsuri. He also happens to meet the missed Hashira Muichiro burying a child. The boy Kotetsu was refusing to let Muichiro train with a 3th-century doll, claiming it was made by his ancestors. After Muichiro dealt a lot of damage to it, he leaves. Tanjiro swears to protect the doll, and starts a very harsh and exhausting training. Upon destroying it, he finds a rusty sword concealed inside. While the protagonists are chilling in the village, they are suddenly attacked by surprise by the 2 upper moon demons. Tanjiro, Muichiro and Nezuko fight Hatengu, who can divide into 2 new demons after getting beheaded. Muichiro is blasted away by a wind attack, and Bakugo, Genya, appears to behead Karaku and Sekido using a freaking shotgun. The fight starts to become very overwhelming for the protagonists, as there are now 4 demons with different abilities. They all represent an emotion: joy for Urogi, anger for Sekido, pleasure for Karaku, and sorrow for Aizatsu. On his way back, Muichiro finally becomes a decent human being and saves Kotetsu from a CGI fish. Tanjiro returns to Genya in Nezuko after using Urogi as his new World of Warcraft mount. He plays the 2000 IQ move, but the situation is still very complicated for the protagonists, as they are now sent into the air. Now we have 3 different fights. The village is being invaded by more CGI fish, while the Love Pillar is defending it. Muichiro is meeting Gyoko and has a nice time in his bubble bath, and Tanjiro is 1v3ing demons in the forest. While Urogi, Karaku and Sekido are having PTSD, Tanjiro manages to behead the 3 demons as he uses the Demon Slayer mark, the sun-breathing technique Inokami Kagura, and his sister's blood demon art. Genya is still doing his part, and what the fuck is that? Okay, apparently he's half demon and half human, so that's cool, I guess. Tanjiro smelled Hatengu's real body and indicated his location to Genya. He has a near-death experience flashback, during which we learn Genya's and his brother's tragic past. Tanjiro realizes that only he can carry his team and tries to behead Hatengu. The Upper Moon Demon merged all 4 of his emotions to become Zohakten, hatred. Hatengu is now protected in a cocoon and trolls Tanjiro. Meanwhile, Muichiro is still chilling in his bubble when Kotetsu tries to help him get out. The boy gets heavily injured and, as a last stand, gives enough oxygen for Muichiro to free himself. The Hashira seems to recover his memory and his personality, as we have a flashback of Muichiro's tragic past. Gyoko was doing Gyoko stuff and now tries to kill Muichiro, but he has awoken his Demon Slayer mark and has become so powerful the Upper Moon is no match. Gyoko transforms into a mermaid? A merman? And starts unleashing a flurry of blows. Muichiro baits Gyoko by inserting his art, and it works. He's absolutely pissed off and loses his calm. The missed Hashira explodes his mistake and beheads him. Muichiro finishes the Upper Moon with a cool reference from Dragon Ball Z. On Tanjiro's side, the battle is much more difficult as the 4th Upper Moon uses a devastating Dragon Head ability. The Love Hashira barely saves Tanjiro and fights Zohakten. She is incredibly fast and agile, allowing her to keep up with the demon, but she is hit by a sonic attack. We have a 3rd flashback explaining her tragic past and her abnormal strength. She awakens her Demon Slayer mark and can now tank Zohakten, while the others are looking up for Hatengu's body. Genya freaking eats the cocoon, leading up to Hatengu trying to flee from the heroes, but Tanjiro manages to use the sun and thunder breathing to catch up. The 4th Upper Moon Demon transforms into Urami and fights Tanjiro, Genya and Nezuko. They manage to beat him, but they fall off the cliff. Hatengu wants to regenerate by devouring people and heads over 3 humans hiding behind rocks. Tanjiro gets the ancient sword from Muichiro and beheads Urami with a combination of sun and thunder breathing. As the sun is rising, Tanjiro tells Nezuko to hide from the sunlight, but Hatengu is still alive inside Urami, and he's trying to kill the 3 swordsmiths. Tanjiro is facing an impossible choice. He has to save the people chased by the demon, but he's the only one who can protect his little sister from the sunlight. His inner conflict makes him freeze as he can't choose. The sole reason he became a Demon Slayer was to find a cure for Nezuko, but he knows that the right thing to do is to defeat Hatengu and save the 3 humans from a horrible death. Nezuko chooses to sacrifice herself and kicks Tanjiro away to the demon. We have a heartbreaking flashback of their relationship, seeing Nezuko one last time, smiling while being burned by the sun. Tanjiro unleashes his anger towards Hatengu and beheads him in an epic scene. While the a demon was having a flashback about his tragic past. Nezuko is miraculously still alive, as she has apparently managed to survive the sunlight. She can also talk now. But she can only say yokatta. This event leads to an important change to the story, as Muzan realizes that he can now conquer the sun by devouring Nezuko. And now we have our last flashback about Muzan's tragic past, and how he became a demon. Okay, let's talk about the good stuff in this season. First of all, the animation is gorgeous. Ufotable is well known for its great animation, and this season of Demon Slayer does not disappoint. I think that all the fights in this anime are a visual banger. The music is also excellent. Demon Slayer is really good at conveying emotions to the viewer through its soundtracks, especially during emotional scenes like Tanjiro's inner conflict or Nezuko's sacrifice. Next, we have the story. The mangaka chose to feature 2 Upper Moon demons this season instead of going the lazy route and feature 1 Upper Moon per season. It's a riskier choice, and I'll come back to this later. Finally, we had some nice character development in this season. Kenya becomes more sociable and makes friends with the other protagonists. Muichiro remembers his past and he's got his personality back. Misuri feels accepted and loved by her Demon Slayer friends. Both Hashiras have developed the Demon Slayer mark. Tanjiro has become a lot stronger and found a new sword. Nezuko has acquired the ability to resist the sunlight and can talk. And Muzan's motives have changed. He's no longer looking for the blue flower, but he's now looking to devour Nezuko to conquer the sun. Now let's talk about the bad stuff. Why some people think this season is disappointing. This season is short with only 11 episodes and is mostly focused around battles. It would have been fine if we didn't have the impression that the 4th and 5th Upper Moons were weaker than Gyutaro. Why? Because Gyoko gets one shot by Muichiro and Hatengu is fleeing 90% of the time. They seemed quite underwhelming as they were either too easy to beat or it wasn't very entertaining to watch an enemy constantly running away. I've talked about the story featuring 2 demons being a risky choice, because it also means that we focus on each one half as much. This means that we have less time to develop their character and build their atmosphere. The battles taking place in 2 different locations, they couldn't spend too much time with Muichiro and Gyoko's fight. Also, some people were surprised to see Tanjiro being able to hold his own against Upper Moons, while the presence of a Hashira was crucial in the last seasons. But I have an explanation for some of these points. These demons were actually powerful and unbeaten for centuries. The protagonists have developed a very important buff, the Demon Slayer mark. You can see this as the Super Saiyan of this anime, as it kinda does the same thing. It grants a lot of power and speed. Muichiro unlocked the mark and gained the advantage by staying calm while his opponent was fulminating with anger after being insulted. Misuri unlocked the mark too and could hold her own versus Zorakten, until eventually losing to him and being saved by Tanjiro. So I think the mark isn't a stupid asshole winning the battle, but more a way to stand a chance versus the powerful Upper Moon demons. As for Tanjiro, he has a mark, he uses the sun breathing, which is the most powerful breathing technique by far, and Nezuko's blood demon art. This scene where he beheads the 3 demons is completely justified, as Tanjiro has a huge amount of power. If he couldn't beat these demons with ease with all of these buffs, then he wouldn't be able to do anything versus the other remaining demons. Don't forget that he also had a very difficult training with the doll at the beginning of the season. The show was also criticized for the use of CGI, but I think it was definitely fine. There is no reason to hate on the anime for this, as not only the CGI wasn't bad, but it also lets the animators have more time to animate other scenes. I believe the studio did a great job this season. It's just that the source material wasn't as hype as it was last season, so the animators had to do with what they were given. The Swordsmith Village Arc wasn't the most hype for me, but I definitely had a great time watching it. Please tell me if you agree or disagree in the comments. I read the manga and I can't wait to see the last arcs in the anime. Season 4 was announced and will be about the Hashira training arc. We'll have to wait a bit for it to air in fall 2024. If you enjoyed this video, please consider to like and subscribe. And if you want to know who's the strongest Hashira in Demon Slayer, click on this video here.